10 celebs that insulted Ellen DeGeneres on Ellen. Ellen DeGeneres is the undisputed first lady of daytime television, having reigned supreme with her talk show since 2003. Over the years, the actress-turned-host has built up quite the fan base thanks to her comedy style and seemingly lovely personality, but that doesn't stop some celebs picking a fight with the multi-millionaire. Some wage war off the screen over decades-old feuds, while others stick the knife in while on Ellen's couch. Let's take a look at 10 celebs that insulted Ellen DeGeneres on Ellen. Before we begin, make sure to subscribe to our channel for more amazing videos about your favorite movies and TV shows. Number 10. GIADA de LAURENTIIS. Cooking segments are a staple of daytime TV, so it only made sense for Ellen to have celebrity chef GIADA de LAURENTIIS on the show to whip up some tasty snacks. GIADA took to the stove alongside Ellen and Nicole Kidman, directing them as they went. It was an incredibly awkward skit from the beginning, with GIADA coming across as forceful and flippant. After telling Ellen to roll a risotto ball, she told her the resulting product looked like dog food. If that weren't enough, when Nicole managed to make the perfect ball, GIADA explained, "Look, the woman that can't cook rolled a perfect ball." Throughout the entire 6-minute clip, GIADA tried to assert her dominance and get her voice heard above Ellen and Nicole, who were frankly over the entire thing after the first 10 seconds. The actress and presenter got their own back when they tasted some of GIADA's bread, pulling faces at the camera and calling it tough.
That sure is good.
It's a little tough.
Number 9. Wendy Williams. It's no secret that Wendy Williams has a big mouth and a lot of opinions. Those traits are what makes her own talk show so popular. However, most people know when to shut up. When Wendy appeared on the show back in 2013, Ellen asked her what she thought about Kim Kardashian and Kanye West's upcoming parenthood. DeGeneres is a friend of the Kardashian-Jenner clan, having had most of them on the show numerous times. In an awkward turn of events, Williams didn't hold back and claimed that she thought Kim would be a single mom. Things went bad to worse as Wendy kept on running her mouth, bringing up her PETA anti-fur campaign. Although it should have ended there, she mentioned Ellen's veganism, declaring that she still ate pork and asked the award-winning host how she could live without bacon. Everything about the interview was dire.
Yeah, but that's all right.
How do you live without bacon?
Well, because I think pigs are smart animals. They're very
cute,
smart
too.
animals.
When this whole gay marriage issue came up, at first I was not for it. I mean, I thought, I'm a traditionalist. I'm older than most people in the audience, you know?
Number 8. Caitlyn Jenner. By all intents and purposes, the interview should have gone quite well. Ellen is tight with Caitlyn's family and a proud member of the LGBTQ community herself. The conversation started out pretty tamely, with Ellen praising Jenner for her work within transgender rights, but it soon turned dicey. DeGeneres mentioned how she finds it odd that Caitlyn is a conservative Republican, given that a lot of Republicans fight against things like trans rights and same-sex marriage. This is where things went off track, as Jenner admitted that she previously wasn't on board with it. Although she tried to explain that her views had changed, it wasn't convincing. The controversy carried on after the interview, too. During an appearance on The Howard Stern Show, Ellen expressed her confusion at Caitlyn's stance, while Jenner hit back, stating that her comments were taken entirely out of context, and that going on the show severely damaged her rep within the LGBTQ community.
She's Republican and conservative,
Yeah.
and I think, a lot of Republicans are wishing she wasn't Republican,
Yeah, I know, they could get out.
Number 7. Katy Perry. In our eyes, Ellen could do no wrong. Well, usually. There are few more experienced in the world of celebrity than Mrs. Portia de Rossi, so when she made an almighty gaffe during a chat with Katy Perry, it shocked everyone, especially the pop star. During a segment called Will You Parry Me, Katy was given the opportunity to say who she would rather date. When she exclaimed in protest at having to get married again, Ellen drew a blank, leaving it to Katy to remind her that not only had she been married before to the comedian Russell Brand, but also that Ellen had given her some wedding gifts on the show. By this point, Ellen was well and truly embarrassed, and Katy looked awkward as hell. Sure, she may not have outright insulted the host, but she did call her out on her own show. This was a mutual insult that will go down in TV history forever. Number 6. Kathy Griffin. Kathy Griffin isn't really well liked in general, but she does entertain the masses with her sassy attitude. It all came to light in 2016 when Kathy published a book about run-ins that she had had with celebrities. Although she didn't refer to Ellen by name, her description of a beloved daytime talk show host with short blonde hair was pretty obvious. Griffin said that Ellen was a mean streak that's famous in Hollywood, later telling Us Weekly that her feud with the star began in 2007 when Ellen called her mean. That same year, Ellen called her exactly that, blaming Kathy's saltiness on the fact that she had never been booked to appear on the show. Apparently, the pair had a difficult conversation over the phone about Kathy's book, where Ellen tried to take Kathy down a peg or two, but it didn't quite work out that way. Either way, we're Team Ellen all the way. Sorry, not sorry. Number 5. Piers Morgan. Outspoken British TV journalist Piers Morgan has made his dislike of the host very clear. Back in 2017, Ellen sent out a tweet to wish Katy Perry happy birthday, posting a picture of herself looking at the pop star's chest, aka her big balloons. Clearly, it was in jest, but Piers and a number of other celebrities thought it was in extremely poor taste, especially in the wake of the Me Too movement. Many suggested that if a man would have sent this particular birthday wish, there would have been hell to pay, while Piers himself said that if the roles were reversed, Ellen would have been the first to call the gent in question a sexist pig. Morgan really let her have it, also bringing up the time that Ellen referenced a topless photo of Chris Hemsworth during her People's Choice Awards acceptance speech, saying that he had never been so offended by anything in his entire life. We get it, Piers. You're not a fan. Shall we count all the people that hate you now? Number 4. CHARLIZE THERON. Losing at games can be frustrating at the best of times, but chuck in a competitive streak and an audience, and you've got a recipe for disaster. During a game of Guess the Celebrity, CHARLIZE THERON got really into it. Unfortunately, she was also really terrible. After getting just 2 right and completely spacing out on the rest, CHARLIZE got salty as hell, telling Ellen that she played the game wrong. Wasn't really clear if the actress was joking around or not, as her face was as straight as anything. Ellen called her a sore loser, which didn't seem to go down well. It was a holiday show, so maybe the Atomic Blonde star was just throwing in some festive jest. She's since appeared on the show a couple more times, so we're sure that her epic game failure has been swiftly forgotten by now. Others have since speculated that the moment was staged as to gear up for the 12 Days of Giveaway segment in order to throw the audience off the scent. Number 3. Kim Burrell. Back in 2017, gospel singer Kim Burrell was due to appear on the show alongside superstar musician Pharrell Williams to perform a song from the Hidden Figures soundtrack. But as it turns out, Burrell exposed herself as a massive homophobe just before the scheduled appearance, broadcasting a Facebook Live in which she said some downright nasty things about gay people. Ellen made the decision to disinvite Burrell from the show and spoke about her reasons for doing so with Pharrell, who fully supported her. After all, if someone insults everything you stand for, why on earth would you let them talk on your show and give them an audience of millions? It just wouldn't make sense. The audience applauded Ellen and Pharrell's stance on the issue, and rightly so. However, Kim took to her own social media to explain herself. And it didn't really make anything better. In the 10-minute-long live, the singer said that she doesn't hate LGBT people. She hates the sin. And so does God. Yeah, sometimes it's better to be quiet and keep your backward opinions to yourself. Number 2. Jennifer Lawrence. Now, we're huge Jennifer Lawrence fans here. Any actress that can eat her own weight in pizza and fall over on her way to accept an award is okay by us. But even J-Law can make some serious mistakes. When she appeared on the show back in 2012, Ellen questioned her about her cat, which Jennifer admitted they call Chaz Bono because she's a girl with masculine energy. For those of you who don't know, Chaz Bono is the transgender son of Sonny and Cher. Although Jen didn't mean any harm by it, it was clearly a little awkward as Ellen is such an outspoken supporter of the LGBTQ community and spends her life trying to put an end to awkward stereotypes like this. Jen was obviously unaware of the offense that this could have caused, and Ellen breezed over it, instead firing off some random facts and moving on to pictures of the sweet kitty driving a car and doing things humans should do. Good save, Ellen, but you can bet she went home and vented to Portia about that one. Number 1. That audience member. There are a lot of ways you can insult someone, isn't there? You can outright call them names or do something a little bit more under the radar. Last year, Ellen decided to test her audience members' love for her by setting up a free merch area in the foyer with a sign telling people to help themselves to one item. What they didn't know was that there were hidden cameras in there keeping an eye on anyone who might take liberties. While 99% of the audience did stick to the rules, one woman didn't and got caught red-handed taking a number of items and putting them into her bag, telling her friend to keep quiet about it. Rather than take this insult lying down, Ellen called her out on national TV, showing the thief in action as the audience members laughed. The culprit was well and truly roast by DeGeneres, who instructed her to go and sit in the Ellen jail for the remainder of the filming. That'll learn you, lady.
What's your sister's name?
Anna.
All right, well, Anna got you in big trouble.
Thank you very much for watching today's video. Make sure to subscribe to our channel for more amazing content. And don't forget to check out one of the other 2 videos on your screen.